just a bloke in a bar.
James Bracey is just a smiley, bubbly fucking...
He could be the most likeable guy in rugby league.
On television, dude. He just looks like someone who's like, I just fucking love my job.
Yeah. He's got a great job. He's fucking good
but
at
he
it.
does, but he doesn't. I could think of nothing worse than doing that shit. But like, he just loves it. You can just tell he's like, I fucking love do everything I'm doing. And I'm great at it.
I love that you can see he's enjoying what he's doing.
Yes.
You know,
and he's kind of like cheeky,
exactly,
in a friendly way.
Yeah. Throws a little bit of banter out, but it's not like spiteful.
It's the most
shit.
PG fucking cheek you've ever seen, but it's kind of cute.
He's kind of cute.
How old is he?
He'd be in his 30s. He's Bracey's cousin.
Is he?
Yeah.
There you go.
There you bloody go.
Fucking small world, isn't it?
Fucking tiny, mate.
After all.
When do you reckon that came in, like the small world rhetoric? Because back in the day, not a small world.
No.
Like a massive world.
Do you think
It's funny how they said it's a small world after all. Like they didn't know, and then they found.
Or was that being debated? It was debated, like, and everyone was saying, no, it's not a small world, and then some kind of proved it was, and I was like, oh, it is after all.
I often think about that, like how crazy it would have been when they were like, we don't know what's out there.
Oh.
We've got no idea.
That's kind of what space is to us.
Yeah.
But
except you could just
get on a raft.
Get on a raft and go.
Yes.
It's a bit,
Are they the bravest people?
Space is less accessible.
But like,
much less.
Think about this. Like, there's just a dude. He's on an island, and he's like, just looking out at the sea every day, and he's like, you know what? I'm just gonna fucking do it. He just gets the raft and just floats. Think about how many people died doing that. Like, just
You wonder whether most people died.
yeah, because like they've proven that people like were sailing thousands of years ago, like to different continents and that. Like they found like statues from like in South America all the way from the Polynesian islands and that. Like,
What about fucking? Is it what's the island in the middle of the Pacific? Like literally in the middle of nowhere, where the heads were.
oh,
Easter
Island.
yeah.
How the fuck they get there?
And also they all just like disappeared one.
Well, they went there and it was thriving. They came back and there was no one there,
Far out.
and there was no trees. I think the theory is that they use up all the resources and then
they
like
bounced.
warred and then died.
So, but like,
Died
like
out.
to be able to reproduce over there, you've got to convince your missus to go. You know what I mean? Like, oi, I think there's an island over there. The trust for her to go.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what? I'm backing you in.
And I don't really have anything to prove it to you.
Yeah.
It's a vibe.
Because like I watched the YouTube clip of you guys in regards to your incredible feat that you pulled off. And look,
these?
Yeah. No disrespect, but
These?
These
it
things.
didn't seem
These?
like yeah, those things.
Dude, look at that.
42.195 kilometres, Sydney Marathon, and it spins.
Yeah. Dude,
That's a
this is
nice
like,
touch.
Just like a G unit.
That's a
fucking
nice
necklace.
touch. That's
This
a nice
reminds me
touch.
of 2004.
These are rappers, pretty much.
Yeah.
Look at that.
50 Cent would give these to like, fucking Tony.
I think I've seen that in a rap video, one of them.
They spin.
Yeah. Now, I watched the YouTube. Everyone go check it out on Hello Sport YouTube.
Marathon Man.
And speaking
Episode
of
1.
being backed by the missus, look, the vibe I got, and this is just a vibe, I can't confirm or deny, the vibe I got is that both your missus did not back you in.
That'd be certainly
Purely
mine.
vibe.
Well, I think Ella was a little bit more supportive than maybe Steph.
Yeah.
She at least admitted that I was an all right runner.
She did say that.
She did say that.
Steph had no faith in me, and neither did anyone, so she can't entirely be blamed. She's like, fucking, ooh, but like she didn't even come to the finish line. Like none of my family, only my brother. Shout out to Willie Burns.
My
Only
whole
member
family
there.
was there. Like
That's what I mean. We got to the finish line. His mom, his dad, his sister, his brother's obviously running with us. Their girlfriends and shit.
Like,
And
even people that didn't know you rocked up to see you finish.
Seriously.
Yeah.
And then I just am like, oh, and I see all Eddie's family. I'm like, oh, wow, families are coming. Oh, well, not mine. And then I see my brother. I'm like, well, thank God. Went and gave him a hug.
We can 100% confirm a few thousand years ago, your missus wouldn't have backed you to go to Easter Island.
No, but she'd go to Easter Island with me now. She's like, oh. Like, I'm fucking walking around the house.
I'm with a big dog.
Yeah.
I'm with a big dog.
So now she'd follow me to Easter Island.
Yeah.
Before Sunday, no chance.
No chance.
Now she's like, oh, this guy's fucking
Did you
mentally
okay.
tough, you know?
Was she a bit like, you're really masculine now?
Yeah, I think I'm picking up that she's now like into me for the first time in like.
Does her pitch go up and she bats her eyelids whilst looking up at you and that kind of stuff?
There's all these sort of subtle, subconscious, animalistic cues I'm getting, and it's like this guy's
very feminine energy.
This guy's the real deal.
Yeah.
It's like if, she was starving and he goes, I'll be back.
Yeah.
And she doesn't think he'll be back with anything, but he comes back with a fucking moose.
Yeah,
over
fucking
his
oath.
shoulder.
Fuck
Or a
yeah.
pig. I'd prefer to eat the pig personally, but I hear you. Come back, just
We'll come back with like
look what
some
I've got
game,
here.
mate.
Yeah, I've killed with my bare hands.
Yeah.
That's essentially what I did on the weekend.
Metaphorically.
Metaphorically.
Yeah. And that's what some men like to do. They like to go out and hunt, get their kill, bring it back to the family. And that's what you did on the weekend.
Yeah.
Primal instinct kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
no, it was real primal shit.
Yeah. Mate.
Now, what about yourself?
Shocked the world.
Eddie, like,
Well, maybe not
Tom,
me. Tom shocked the
Tom
world.
shocked the world.
I shocked the
Tom
world.
shocked the
Would you
world.
rather shock the world or would you rather confirm to the world who you are?
Look, I wasn't in a position to shock the world.
Yeah.
Tom, who we are in all agreement that had the worst preparation for a marathon in the history of marathon running.
Was it even a preparation? That's the thing.
It was. Listen,
It'd be a very loose fucking term
it was
for
it was preparation as best as I could.
Yeah,
So
obviously,
it was-
I'm not. It's not your fault, but it was fucking
but it was
shit.
fucked, which you will find out more of on Marathon Man eps 2, 3, and 4. But fucking awful, fucking awful.
Now, look,
Couldn't have gone worse. The prep.
yeah.
Mine was all right, and then it
started to go bad.
got shit.
Okay.
So again,
He rubbed off on you. Or
Yeah, you could argue
could
that.
argue that.
Yeah, you could argue that pretty strongly.
now, I don't want to.
I was thinking about it. Like, remember that day we did trained with Josh, and you were just so defeated.
Shout out to Bronte Blues.
That would be a nice. That's a nice juxtaposition for your lowest moment there.
Was that
to
when?
glory.
Was that when? Oh yeah, when I couldn't do anything.
Couldn't do anything. He was on the
Dude,
ground.
if only
just
we
doing
can
hip
tell that
thrusts.
because we didn't film it. Mate, we were down there to do some interval training, and I was thinking it'd be like not necessarily heaps of running stuff. I don't know why, just because I think circuit training, I think like burpees and fucking whatever.
We went for like a jog at the start, and he had his jumper and these huge, big fucking water bottle, and like
we
his
were like
keys
jogging
and
to where we
wallet
were
and shit. I'm
training,
like,
and
what
then
are
it was
you
like the whole
doing?
thing was just like circ laps, so like sprint 400s, and I'm like, bruh, I can't even fucking move. So I just had to lay on the ground doing like glute bridges while they're just running past me. It was like the most emasculating, sad thing I've ever done.
Now,
Because glute bridges can be pretty emasculating.
Well, you're
They
just
can
kind of
be.
humping the air, you know.
even
like
the
they're
word
good.
glute is a bit.
Yeah. But they are a good exercise. I'm not here to knock the glute bridge.
Oh, you need your glute. You need to activate
Consider
your
this
glutes.
an ad for glute bridges, in fact.
You need to activate your glutes.
you go.
Absolutely. Now-
don't sleep on your glutes.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or they're the biggest muscle in your body.
Is that right?
I'm pretty sure.
Mine's
Glutes are.
actually my heart. We
They're the
proved
strongest
that.
muscle as
we
well.
Proved, no, mine's my heart.
Oh,
You
your heart.
said I didn't have a heart last week. We proved I'm all heart.
Surely the heart's stronger because it goes all day, literally, and night.
I think strength
And
is
day.
And day.
and night. They're called.
Like it can beat. Some hearts have beat for 120 years. That's a fucking lot of beating.
well, you'd say the heart's the fittest. It's more. The heart's an endurance athlete for some.
Yeah. That's a lot.
Doesn't stop.
Now, I'm not here. I don't. Please don't think I'm trying to like.
What are you doing?
Like burn down your parade and all that kind of stuff. I'm not
listen.
trying to do this.
Okay.
When someone starts something
Yeah,
like
it's
that,
not
I'm not trying to.
Sounds like a man
I'm
who
not trying
can't
to do
run a
that. This
marathon.
is
it's like,
just a
"Oi,
question.
no offense, but you're a bit of
Yeah.
a fucking loser.
Yeah,
Look,
yeah.
look,
Okay. What do we
this is
got?
just a question. I don't mean any insult by it, but technically, just technically, not this is not real. It's just technically, are they participation awards?
What do you mean?
Well, do you have participation awards around your neck right now?
No.
No.
These are marathon awards.
Because a participation award is like, oi, come and fucking, enter the egg and spoon race. And
Okay.
you give it out to people that, aren't quite up to it, but you're making them feel good.
I think it'd be a participation award if you were giving out medals for people who just had a crack and didn't finish.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got to finish it.
Okay.
You've got to achieve.
Because it's not a fucking finishing a marathon isn't like you're in the 50 meter swimming race. Like this takes a different type of
beast.
to
think-
fucking finish a
Put
marathon.
it this way. I think 5,500 started, only 3,500 finished.
Yeah.
And so we've done the math on this technically, and that's a fair sample size. 5,000 people, most
Better than radio ratings. Sorry.
Oh, better than radio. But technically, if you extrapolated that to society, you are more alpha than nearly 40% of society.
Yeah, that's right.
You can guarantee that.
But also, if you looked at the preparation we had, which you can find out in Marathon Man episodes 1, 2, 3, 4, you'll find
One of the
that
all-time series.
Yeah, I know
you'll
it is.
find that I think that we're probably like top 1-2% alpha because of the preparation.
Yeah, because of what was required to finish that thing, because of what the places we had to go, the things we had to put our body through.
Yeah, what we went through.
Like, sure, I'm not a fucking, I'm not one of the top 5 Kenyan runners who basically came and ran that thing in like sub 3 hours. It was fucking
2 hours, 7
2
minutes.
hours 7.
Crazy
But
stuff.
those guys are, they had
They
great
prepared.
preparations and they're fantastic athletes. Whereas we had to dig deep.
Almost. So you're arguing that you could almost technically could be more alpha because you
Yes.
don't have.
Well,
the
because they
same-
can do it with their eyes closed, right?
They can
Whereas
do it
we
2
had to
hours.
go to like really dark places.
Yeah.
What dark place did you end up in? Like, can you remember the feeling where you're like, oh, it's so dark in here?
Yeah, no, I can.
Okay.
At one point, my entire body stiffened. Like I may as well have had rigor mortis. I was so stiff, cramped the entire body. And as I tried to
Did they
stretch,
think
Did
you were
you
dead?
think it was over for you?
I did at that point.
As in, like,
I never once thought about quitting, but at that point I thought, I actually don't know. Like, if these cramps don't go away, I won't be able to finish this thing. And so my quads started in my quads. Then I went to stretch out one quad, and the turning action sent it all the way up my back. And then I winced, and then it went on the other side of my back. And then both quads were going, both calves locked up. And I'm like, shit. And then eventually, like Josh, shout out to Josh Bronte Blue. He's not an ad, but an ad. He saved me, basically.
he did.
Stretched me out.
Now, does the fact that you finished a marathon?
Mean that we're fucking pretty special.
Yeah. Look, this is more directed towards Tom because you'll get it when I finish it.
Yeah, he's going to have a crack at me. Gold medal.
Is that the reason you've disrespected the DMP podcast by not wearing the fucking shirt today, or what?
Dude, I completely forgot. That was the reality. It's not disrespect.
I mean, it's pure disrespect.
No, it's not now. Do
Like
you
a
want to hear
lot
my
of-
excuse? I got an excuse for you. Do you want to hear an excuse?
I mean, fuck, you may
Because
as
it's
well.
not disrespect.
Have a guess.
It's pure disrespect.
It's
have
not
a guess.
disrespect.
Have a guess what his excuse will be. I reckon it has something to do with kids.
Oh yeah, my kid's wearing it. My kid's wearing it.
Kids sick.
No.
My kid threw up on it, but I wasn't wearing it.
No, they weren't. No one threw up on the shirt because obviously it's too
Because you don't
private
wear it.
place at home.
Because you literally don't wear the shirt that you're trying to give to everyone else.
Well, that's not true. We literally only got it yesterday, and then I spent all night last night with my firstborn daughter, Evie Rose. Shout out to her. She watches the show every week.
Yeah, okay.
She's got a temperature of 40 degrees. That's a hot summer's day. And we're constantly, I was over there all night giving her medicine, just being a great dad, helping her out. And then then this morning, her mother, my wife, Stephanie, of Didn't Believe in Me Until Sunday fame, she was then looking after Zoe in the morning and getting Evie breakfast while I had to rock Evie because she didn't want Daddy
This is
to
boring.
leave.
Yeah.
This is so boring.
Boring.
Do you know what he said to me this morning?
What?
Didn't know we were wearing them.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not what I said.
Yes,
And you know, and like, what I don't get is if you the only reason that I would the
Yes, you
only
did.
the
I
only
don't know what you're talking about.
the only way I would believe what you just said is if you rocked in shirtless, because then I'd be like, oh, I forgot to put a shirt on.
No, because I was like, fuck, I'm late. And then I had to
If
just
you
grab a
rocked in
shirt.
shirtless, I'd go, oh, fair enough. He forgot to put a shirt
'cause I
on.
was-
He
because
wasn't,
he's so
he wasn't
busy.
late either. He left the house early, but he got stuck in
I did,
traffic.
dude,
but he left the house early, so
yeah,
he wasn't,
all of
he
those,
wasn't
but I was in
running
a
late at
rush
all.
to get out of the house.
So everything coming out of his mouth is...
No.
Porky pies.
Rush, not porky pies.
And just to let you know, he's disrespected the entire community because he
That's
didn't
not
wear the
true.
shirt.
That's not true.
Pure disrespect.
How dare you? That's
But
not
I
true.
look good in mine.
Shirts are good though.
You're looking crisp. You're
Shirt's
looking
really good.
fantastic.
Look at this, punters and dribblers. This is sensational.
Not your medal. Although the medal's good as well.
Look at that. Beautiful.
And then look at the back. I mean, talk about this is bespoke kind of stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, it's bespoke.
Oh yeah, that's good stuff. Mine looks just like that as well. It's at home on a chair. Looks exactly the same, but it's grey.
See,
I got a grey one at home.
We
and then
appreciate
do a
you.
navy.
Me and
Look at that,
Eddie
it's-
Patricia appreciate you.
I tell you what, I reckon this is the most bespoke shirt
It's bespoke.
ever made.
Yeah.
Yeah, bespoke. We literally sat down, hand painted each shirt that you will get.
Yeah.
Hand
We
painted
did.
each shirt.
And most of the time we're all holding the brush at the same time.
Yeah.
Like you're in a seance and the hands we just moved. We didn't even fucking
And there
know
were
where they
people
were
like
going.
humming in the
And then we're
background.
like, what's going on? Oh, shit, it's a ghillie suit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
shit, it's carrot cake. It was crazy.
I will say though, on the back, you're going to see a picture of Tom right now, and he doesn't have a baby hitched to him. In the final version, you will find the picture's exactly the same, but Tom has a baby.
I got
pitched-
a baby.
He's got
It's my
like
dad.
the Hangover with the
Yeah,
baby in front
exactly
of him.
right.
To remind everyone that he is a father.
Thank you.
So if you haven't guessed it, because it maybe if the camera was on Tom this whole time, you wouldn't know. But we are actually selling shirts on Monday, 6 p.m.
We are 6 p.m.
Boom.
Monday, 6 p.m.
6 p.m. Monday.
6 p.m. Monday. What time was it?
6
Monday,
p.m.
6
Monday.
p.m.
What day?
Monday.
6
Monday.
p.m.
6 p.m.
It's a Monday that is coming.
Yeah.
6 p.m.
6 p.m.
Monday.
Rugby League Grand Final
1800.
week. Monday.
1800 hours.
Yeah.
1800 hours.
24 hours.
Grey,
1800.
white,
Dark blue, coal.
coal. Coal's
Coal.
sexy.
That's bespoke.
Yeah, dude. We give
Dude, who
nonsense.
the fuck sells coal shirts? Only
Us.
the best.
Bespoke shirts.
Hard to buy coal. Can't buy it.
So I'm telling you,
Can't
Monday,
find it.
6 p.m. Be there. As you guys know, we won't be doing these again. They're not coming again.
No, we don't do shit twice.
Don't do shit twice. And on top of all that, The last time we dropped something was over a year ago. So if you want to be a part of the community,
gotta
this is
get
your
in.
chance. You've got to get in. Get in while the getting's good.
Has it been more than a year?
Yeah,
Wow.
pretty sure.
And currently, as it stands, the previous shirts we did sell, Beer Soon's highest selling shirt in the history of humans.
Yep.
Only to be beaten by these, I would assume.
Well, put it this way. I can guarantee the amount of people that see the Beer Soon shirt and go, fuck, I like that shirt. I should have got it, would be astronomical.
Yeah, I know. And they're like, when are they coming back out? They're not.
They're not, bro.
We don't do shit twice.
We
You got to
locked it away.
listen.
Locked
Open
it
your
away.
ears.
Locked it away. It's in the vault. The design. There's literally it's a crypto. Literally, you need your crypto key to get the
get
design
into it, yeah.
out.
That's
So
it.
and only us three have it. It's tattooed on each of our Gooches, and we did it to each of our Gooches.
Yeah,
the
that's
code,
it.
the Bitcoin
Like
code.
my keys on his gooch, his keys on my gooch, and vice versa. You know, Eddie's gooch.
So you would literally need to get me in the same room as Tom with my legs over the back of my head to get into his file,
Yeah. It's just almost impossible.
which is never going to happen.
It's not going to happen. So for that reason, and that reason alone,
You're going to want to get on these.
Monday 6 p.m. is your time to shine.
Your time to shine. This is when you deliver. Monday, 6 p.m.
Shine.
This is your game day.
Time to shine.
It's Monday 6 p.m.
Game day.
is the punter and dribblers grand final.
Channel the great Eddie and Tom and Eddie.
Dude.
Finish the marathon. On
That's
6
your
p.m.
marathon.
6 p.m. You can start in the morning waiting. So queue up at 8 a.m. in the morning.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then marathon all day until 6 o'clock.
Yep.
Then buy the shirt.
Love it.
We're not
Love it.
sending out participation awards though. Sorry.
No. Finish the race.
Also, I just want to give a quick shout out to an absolute legend of a bloke, Bayden Sullivan. He listened on a podcast that I don't have much jerseys from my playing days, and he went out and found a jersey from 2008, an away jersey, Broncos jersey, that is my jersey, got it all framed up and sent it in.
What a legend.
Absolutely incredible. It's even got #1 bloke on it, #1 bloke. Thank you so much, Bayden. I really, really do appreciate it, mate. It's a really, really special moment for me. You've made me weak. You made me a year, maybe. And I know you're going through some stuff yourself, mate. Keep fighting, keep hanging in there. And you've really, really affected me in a positive way. I will not forget this. So thank you so much, mate.
Good stuff.
Yeah,
A bloody nice gesture.
it doesn't get much nicer.
That's almost the nicest thing I've ever seen.
When
done.
we talk about, if anyone, put it this way, Bayden, if anyone ever says, you know, when you have conversations, are you good at giving gifts? You can officially say, big stamp of approval, good at giving gifts.
How much shit are you sending him? You going to send him, you going to return the gift? You going to send him like heaps of free shit?
Yeah, if he wants it.
Send him a
Bayden,
DMP t-shirt.
boom, whatever
send
you
him
want,
mine.
Bayden. You message me, Bayden, I'll message you. Whatever you want, baby. Whatever
There
you
go.
want.
There you go, Bayden. I just got you some gear.
Boom, Tommy got you some gear.
Now, if you want to find
And it's coming out of his cut of the DMP shirts.
If you want to find my Barrel Blacks under 13s grand final jersey somewhere and send that to me, that would mean a lot.
Did you get the dub?
We did against the Vikings, I believe.
So you literally beat a bunch of Vikings, but your missus can't believe that you'd finished a marathon.
Well, she didn't know me then, in fairness. I was only 13.
Yeah, true. And you've only been together for a few months, haven't you?
Yeah.
You just broke up?
Long. Yeah, exactly. She broke up with me and fucking just for a holiday.
I mean, in her defense, like you've been together for a couple of weeks, so maybe it wasn't that serious for the marathon
you know,
finish.
that's fair, right? She doesn't know what I'm capable of. She does now, though.
You're still in the honeymoon phase.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, that's right. Have you been wearing that around the house? A reminder?
Well, until we brought them into the office and have them hanging in the office, yeah, absolutely, I have. And let Evie wear them, you know. Dad's look at this, you know, look what your dad did. Ran a
Yeah.
marathon.
Interesting that you can remember to wear that, but you can't remember to wear this shirt.
I did forget.
This great episode is brought to you by the great men and women at Budgie Smuggler. We're getting actually tagged in quite a few things of average, ordinary rigs, and I love it. So Budgie Smuggler are on the hunt for Australia's most ordinary rig. Entries close October 5th. The top 10, so 10 people will be flown to Sydney to partake in a pageant hosted by the great Hello Sport. $10,000 is up for grabs, half for you, half for the chosen sports club or charity. You'll also get a billboard in your hometown. Imagine that, driving into your hometown, seeing the billboard with your big noggin on it. Go head to budgiesmuggler.com.au to enter. Also, head to Budgie Smuggler, grab some budgies. They've got bucket hats, they've got shirts, they've got towels, they've got women's gear as well. budgiesmuggler.com.au. Also, Bloke and Hello Sport and the great Guru and Timmy will be at the Locker Room Hotel outside of a core stadium for the grand final. So make sure to be there, the Locker Room Hotel. We'll be doing the show before kickoff. It's going to be an incredible day, and it's to say thank you so much for the ongoing support this year. The locker room, hotel guys, be there. It's going to be a massive, massive celebration. Now, it's time for accountability, boys. Mm-hmm. It's time for accountability. Eels versus the Raiders. Eels, 40, beat the Raiders 4. Tom, Raiders 22-12, White man of the match.
Tough.
Eddie, Raiders 24-18, Tarpane, man of the match.
Tough.
Denon, Eels 24-12, Brown, man of the match.
You got the Eels.
Boom.
I feel like you went the Raiders. Has this been fucked with?
I feel like he fucks with it every week.
So do I.
I got it last. I got the man of the match last week, Tarpane and Raiders, and then I got the win this week,
Nice.
Eels, and the man of the match again this week.
Oh, did you get man of the match as well?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
That's how I roll, baby.
Well, I mean, I don't have the time in my life as a parent of two to go back and check the tapes, but I assume Denon's fucking with it.
I honestly thought you were going to scroll down and that was going to say Raiders.
Yeah.
I do not remember that at all.
No.
Yeah, I think you're projecting your incorrect call onto me.
No, I know I was incorrect. But
I'm acknowledging
I'm
that.
almost certain you were as well. That's what I'm saying.
So that's 1 point for me. Thank you very much. Thanks for coming. Sharks v Raiders. Rabbitohs defeat the Sharkies 38-12. Cam Murray, man of the match.
Do I tip the Sharks? What is wrong with me?
Tom, Sharks 18-14, Hines, man of the match. Eddie, Rabbitohs 19-18, Latrell, man of the match. Denon, Sharks 24-14, McInnes, man of the match. Eddie gets this one. That's a great win. That's a great win by Eddie. Tom is still yet to get a point in the
Still yet
finals.
to get a point.
What's the total? What's the tally?
I think I'm up like 3-2 or 3-1.
He
You?
got one last week.
Well, then I'm up 3-2. Pretty sure.
I'll look back and I'll confirm
Yeah,
the
look back.
I
I
also
wanna
did
score.
get one last week. You guys didn't give it to me, so I think it's like 3-2-1.
I don't think you've got any in like 2 years.
Yeah, bullshit.
And I'll bring you the scores for next week's show.
Thank you,
Thank
bro.
you.
Thank you,
Thank
bro.
Now, time for the biggest breaking news. Suaalii has committed to Samoa.
Crazy.
Wow.
That is
Their
fucking
team's
crazy.
starting to look pretty good.
Oof. It's
I like it.
I mean, it's great for Rugby World Cup, Rugby League
They're
World Cup.
definitely going to change the origin rules. Or is it they still tier 2?
They're tier 2.
Tier 2.
Oh, okay.
Tier
then
2.
I'm playing. I still think they will anyway. But, mate, it's like, let's make the World Cup a little bit interesting, eh? Like, it's usually Australia and New Zealand just beat the fuck out of everyone. Suaalii, Samoa, that'd be great. Like, Tonga did it, right? Tonga got, like, you know, the groundswell of support from Tongan players in the NRL, and they all decided to go and play. And, like, how fucking awesome was that?
Matt,
I
I'm
think
into
it's
it.
cool.
I'm into it. I think it's just like you say, it's a good World Cup that way.
You're seeing more of the best players play.
100%.
He may not have started for the Australian side. You mean he probably would have, but
He's on the stink for sure.
But you know, like it just means that you're going to see, I guess, a greater smattering of rugby league elites across the competition.
Yeah, it's just I just wonder how it's going to affect Origin. I will say initially I was like, yeah, we should consider changing the Origin rules, but Ken Smith brought up a good point. It's like there could come a time where half the Origin is they don't play for Australia, like more than half, like 75%. It's like that would be a bit weird. Like if like most of the New South Wales and Queenslanders didn't play for Australia.
I don't have a big problem with that,
Yeah.
personally.
I don't know. I think it would be a bit strange.
I
I,
feel
don't know
like
where
It
I
would be
stand.
weird. I don't know
I-
if it'd happen though. Like I don't think that would happen. I think that
Really?
it's like I mean, in the sense
you've
of going
got,
like
okay, so right now you got Tino that could play Samoa, Junior Paulo who is playing for Samoa. You got Payne Haas who can play for Samoa, Suaalii, Bizza, Luai, Critter. Apikosa, I think Fijian.
yeah, he is. But I think his preference is Australia.
But what I'm saying, like, they can play for it. And we've seen, as the years have gone on, more people have decided to play for
Yeah.
their countries of heritage. There would be, like, for example, look at Australia's forward pack. It's light. It's light because a lot of our big boys are from, Polynesian heritage. And so, which is, I respect to them, like, playing for Samoa Tonga for sure. Like, I think it's great. But I'm just saying it's evidence of, like, a lot of our best players are from Pacific nations.
Look, 100%. At the end of the day, though, the international games needed a shake-up for a while. It's been boring as fucking batshit, no offence.
No, I agree.
Like, State of Origin, in my opinion, is just fine. It's trucking along really nicely. So if some players who are Australian who have been born and raised in New South Wales, are eligible for New South Wales, want to play for New South Wales, but then also have heritage to play for one of the island nations, which makes a better international game. I like that.
Yeah, I'm torn. I don't know what the right answer is. I really don't, because think about again
do you care that much about do you care that much about winning the World Cup? I don't.
Oh, that's
It's not what it's about. It's more about Origin.
The Origin side of things. I like the Rugby League World Cup. I want it to be competitive as fuck. Matter of fact, when Tonga did beat Australia, I wasn't even that sad because I was happy for the game and Tonga as well.
But so what are you worried about in the Origin?
Well, I'm just worried about it just would be a bit strange if.
Why though?
They're not Australian.
Well, not that they're not Australian. They are Australian.
Well,
they're not playing for Australia.
But
that's the point.
Again, they are Australian. I'm not saying they're not Australian. What I'm saying is,
I just don't see them as being overly linked.
Yeah, I don't know I honestly don't know what the answer is, but it would be a bit weird. Imagine this, let's just say 75%, because it's going to get there eventually. Because again, the best rugby league players are from Pacific nations, well, as in a lot of the best. And then imagine the Australian team rolls out and it's filled with has one or two New South Wales players in it and one Queensland player. You don't reckon that'd be a little bit weird?
Not really.
I can see it from that perspective but then that's more about, it's not so much then about the players in Origin. It's more if you come to a World Cup, where the players that are representing Australia aren't even playing rep footy outside of, because most of the Origin players are Pacific Islanders or I think.
Yeah, I understand that.
So maybe you're not getting your best Australian players an opportunity to play in the best quality games to make you competitive in the international stage but I don't know.
There really isn't that much international footy, really. For it to be a massive deal.
Well,
there's a World Cup every 4 years and then one game at the end of the year.
It'd be like this. Imagine
it's a bit whatever.
Let's imagine there was a huge rivalry between North and South Island of New Zealand, and there was Aussies that lived there. They played in that huge rivalry, then they went and played for Australia. I wonder, would Kiwis be like, yep, I'm cool with that? Or would they be like, nah, North and South Island, it's our states, it's not states, but you understand what I'm saying.
Essentially, it is right? It's the same sort of thing.
And so I wonder, or let's say there was provinces in Tonga that Aussies, had been there for a few years, they played for the provinces, but then they didn't play for Tonga, they came back and played for Australia. Again, I don't know where I land with it. I really don't, because I want the international game to be great.
It'd put a serious handbrake on it if you said, well, yeah, if you want to play Origin, then you have to play for Australia.
Oh, that's what I mean.
It'd handbrake the international game big time.
It would smash the international game to pieces. But I guess the argument is you can't say Samoa and Tonga aren't tier 1 nations now. They are tier 1 nations.
Well, if they,
Tonga's fucking higher than Australia in the rankings.
Well, they beat us last time we played.
Yeah, they literally beat us. So it's just it's a nightmare to get it right. I don't know what the right answer is. I really don't. Because I can understand both sides. I want the international game to be great, but I also understand people that say, no, Queensland, New South Wales is in Australia.
I completely understand that.
Yes, I don't know. But
I'm sort of in a position of, I don't really care. I'm sort of just fuck it. See what happens if they're and let them play Origin.
Yeah.
If it got to some ridiculous point where it ended up being just New South Wales and Queensland just full of Pacific Island players who don't play for Australia, and maybe look at it and be like, well, what the fuck's this about? Or
Yeah, it's a tough one. I don't know what the answer is. But I will say, just focusing on the World Cup, this World Cup, I love it.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm fucking so pumped. If put it this way, if we went down this path and Origin wasn't affected at all, I'd say fucking let's do it. Let's fucking, you can, whatever your heritage are, because I think that this World Cup is the best World Cup we've ever seen. Period. Bar none. I've ever seen personally since I started watching rugby league. And I respect Suaalii as well for making this really tough call. You make a lot more money playing for Australia than you do Samoa right now. Match payments are nowhere near, and he's made this call for his family. I respect it. Same with Victor Radley. Respect that as well. I'm excited. I'm really, really excited to see these players because it's going to be the first time usually Australia goes in with the best forward pack, the best backs, the best whatever. It's going to be the first time where you would look at our forward pack and you go, we're a little bit light compared to, say, Tonga, Samoa, New Zealand especially. New Zealand forwards pack is fucking hectic.
Their side's stacked, generally.
Stacked, Tarpanair, Fisher Harris, Leota, Nelson Asafa-Solomona, Cheese, Bromwich, Tohu Harris, like fucking. I honestly think that the Kiwis forward pack might be better than Australia's forward pack this year. I think our outside backs are still just a little bit better, but I think Kiwis forward pack's probably the best in the whole World Cup right now. Crazy. Yeah, so great news for the World Cup. It's going to be exciting. Who are you backing to win it?
Australia.
No, not as in like backing, sorry. As in, who do you think should be the favourite to win it?
Australia.
Okay. Second favourite?
New Zealand.
New Zealand?
Yeah. I just want the Poms to come fucking dead last. I want Poms to lose.
Samoa or Tonga.
I honestly think that this year England might struggle.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'd love that. I'd love to see the Poms struggle at home. That shit gets me going, bro. I love that so much.
Yeah. Like in the Rugby World Cup.
When we knocked them out in the pools.
Yeah.
At their home World Cup, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, right.
How long ago was
or
that?
like when we went over there like
When
a
Sam
couple of
Burgess
years ago
was
and beat
flying.
them in the fucking Ashes.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? We'll do that next year as well.
We retained, whatever. So.
Well, we took it home with us.
Yeah, we did.
So
Fuck the Poms.
We got there, Manny?
Do you want me to read you like the list in order of who's favourite? So we've got Australia at 140, New Zealand at 5, and England at 9.
Ridiculous.
Dude, New Zealand at 5 is great.
New Zealand at 5
What's
is
England?
ridiculous.
England's at 9.
What's Tonga and Samoa?
Then we got Tonga next at 13. Then we got Samoa at 26.
You just have a little look at all of those. Not England, obviously.
Well, you're not going to nibble at England. You'd lay England.
But you nibble at
New Zealand,
New
$5.
Zealand, Tonga, Samoa.
Like I would still have Australia as favourites, like,
But
but
$1.40,
Not-
fuck that.
but
That's
not-
ridiculous.
I would have them like, maybe $2, and I'd have like New Zealand 3.
Yeah.
Way
New Zealand
closer.
at 5 is ridiculous.
It's good value. In saying that you could argue that sometimes they've struggled when there's been a lot of pressure on they've got this great side and then they don't pull through. But they won the 2008 World Cup, 2012 Test match, the
Four Nations.
Four Nations. Mm-hmm. How do they go last World Cup? So I know the last World Cup we beat England like 6-0 or whatever.
I'll look it up. I'm pretty sure they won the 08 World Cup, and then I think it was the 2010 Four Nations, and then they've had another one in kind of that era as well. So they had a bit of success back
Bit
then.
of success there.
Yeah.
But
I'll Google it now.
I mean, I'd be surprised if England do well. I really will. But
England stink.
now
they do.
Talking about
Good to see Hudson Young.
I was about to say, talking about some people making the game, making the Australian side. The big fella, Hudson Young, down from the capital of this great nation, has made the Australian extended squad. I actually think he'll go away as well on the tour.
Yep.
So these are just people I think that have made it that the teams are out that we know of. I think more will still be added, even in teams that are out. So Hudson Young has made it. Suaalii was actually named in Australian squad, which is interesting. And then obviously decided to go with Samoa. We got Benny Hunt, Addo Carr, Munster, Grant, Crichton, Lindsay Collins, Jake Trbojevic, DCE, Paddy Carrigan, Payne Haas, which we'll get to. Payne Haas has pulled out due to family reasons and injury, or his body's a bit roughed up. They've all reportedly been included. But Hudson Young, what a year by the big fella on the edge.
Yeah.
Fucking love Hudson Young.
Yeah, he gets about it, doesn't it? Gets in.
Another player in Newcastle let go.
Did they really?
He's from Newey.
You know what's weird is like for so long I thought Hudson Young was a pommy. I just did.
Well,
Well,
I
'cause
think it's like
Raiders.
he's at the Raiders. He's in the back row and he filled in where fucking
And he doesn't
Bateman.
Bateman left.
He doesn't tear. Exactly. He's pale as fuck.
Doesn't
and he's
tan.
pale.
Yeah.
And you look at him and you go, yeah, they've had a few poms through there.
He could be a
recently.
pom.
He could be a pom.
He definitely
But he's
could be a
not.
pom.
He's a Newey boy.
In your
But he
book.
can play. Kick and play.
Oh, he
He
can
can
fucking
play.
play. Big boy. Big fucking boy. Oof.
Yeah, I've been all over him this year.
Yeah.
Particularly the back half of the year.
Yeah, I'd say back half of the year rather than all of the year.
Now,
Particularly the back half of the year.
Well, only the back half.
I've got to ask you boys.
Yeah.
You're picking the Australian side.
Yeah.
Who do you pick at 7?
Who would I pick or who do I think they'll pick?
Who do you think should be picked?
I think.
Look,
that-
I'm gonna reserve all decisions until the grand finals
fuck off.
finished.
Fuck off. Don't be pussies, man. You're
I
pussies.
think that.
Daly won the Origin, given the first crack.
I think. I think it's hard to go past the Queensland captain. He won, mate. He won the Shield. You know,
Been
it?
there, done it, won the Shield.
Got the job done.
Big game player.
Yeah, maturity. That's what you need in the big comps.
Yeah, he's
Maturity.
mature.
You need to play a steady hand. Now you get all that panache out of Cameron Munster. He's your panache operator, but
Yeah.
you need Cherry Evans just to
Cleary
settle things down.
Cleary
a little.
doesn't have a steady
Well,
hand.
he's too old. He's too young, right?
Too young.
He's
Yeah,
too green. I
Look,
would
give him a
argue.
grand final. If he gets another grand final under his belt,
Not
we'll
enough
look at
winters,
him.
you reckon?
No,
Oh,
definitely
you could
not.
argue it.
It needs more winters?
Yeah, I reckon.
And it is England's fucking cold over there.
I don't think he's seen enough winners. That would be my concern. That would be my concern. What is he, 23, 24?
I think he's 24.
Not enough winners.
Not enough.
You know?
What is the winner? What's the cutoff?
Oh, 30.
30 winners.
Yeah.
No, look, I mean,
If you're going to England,
I think winners is probably when you're really coming to your, like, you're steeled from winters is your sort of 26, 27. That's when winters have been seen off.
no, England in winter.
So you reckon-
I reckon you want to have seen at least 28, 29 winners.
Well, Munster's only 27, is he?
Yeah, but he's not playing the steady hand. He's the bravado.
He's the panache. Okay. I get you.
The less winners, the better if you're playing the panache.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Less, so younger, hotter, better.
Oh,
Essentially, yeah.
Mate, wouldn't hurt if you're going in with saying no winners.
Pure summer. He travels the world, just goes all summer.
Endless summer sort of thing.
You want that in your panache, bit of sun-kissed hair?
Yeah.
Now, I think that there's a chance that our opinion on this matter's overlooked. That wouldn't shock me. Look, Mal and I, from time to time, have disagreed on these sort of matters.
butted heads.
We've butted heads. Obviously, Mal respects my opinion. I respect his. Two greats of the game. I'm thinking he might lean towards Nathan Cleary.
Yeah.
I think that'd be a mistake. But I also think that it's a nice option to have a DC or a Cleary or a DC or a DC or a Cleary.
Yeah. Maybe they drop Munster and they just have Cleary and DCE in the
Play
halves.
2 sevens.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like the Barrett effect, just play all outside backs.
Yeah.
Just pick a bunch of sevens.
Just
you
pick
reckon?
a bunch of
Just
sevens.
pick sevens.
So you reckon their backline's going to be like Mitch Moses, DCE, Munster,
we're talking.
Cleary.
Cleary, Luke Brooks, bring Brody Croft back.
I was
He's
about
on
to
Man of
say,
Steel.
bring the
Bring the Man of
MOS
Steel
back.
One of the great men of steals.
Yeah.
Apparently, he's actually gone over there and fucking killed it.
Well, that's what happens,
Yeah.
Denon. That's why we sent him over there saying, go, win a Man of Steel, come back and play for a bottom 8 side.
Yeah. That's the way to do it. You come back.
But like Jamie Lyon did it. He was obviously playing for his country before he left, but he still went over there, won, I think, maybe 2 Man of Steels. Came back.
Played for a bottom 8 side.
Well, he actually won 2 comps. But he did join a bottom 8 side, I think, when he came back.
I think you're right. Obviously, Jamie Lyon, a little bit of an exception to the rule, given that he came back and won comps.
Jacko Hastings, Man of Steel.
Yep. And he's,
Did you ever think about going over there? Winning the Man of
my-
Steel?
No, I wouldn't have been winning Man of Steel. So I don't think I didn't have enough runs on the boards even to go to Super League.
you would have won the
would've
Man of Steel.
You would have won a Man of Steel, for sure.
I don't think so.
You could probably win a couple.
If you've got an Australian passport and you've played NRL the previous season, I think you're almost just like a certainty to
favourite.
get it.
Yeah, you're a favourite.
Don't you just have to show up?
Yeah.
Just lace the boots?
Well, 2 Aussies were in the 3 that were nominated. Jai Field. Was it Jai Field?
Cade Cust,
Sorry? Yeah.
How'd Cade Cuss go? He would have been close.
he was
No, this
robbed.
other dude. But yeah, I think he was. I think a lot of people were filthy that he wasn't, put forward.
Of course we fucking were.
We knew it.
And also, Cade
Shout out
Cuss,
to
he
Cade.
can come back to a bottom 8 side right now.
Well, he's went to the Broncos. He's coming back to Manly if he comes
Yeah.
back there.
Even like a bottom 6 side.
You know you didn't make the 8. You've forgotten.
Yeah, but we still beat you. Even that
You also acknowledged the
disastrous
curse
year.
was real. Someone sent us a video where he was like, if we don't make the 8 from here, the curse probably is real when he first did the T-shirt thing.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
he acknowledged it.
He did.
Yeah.
Tell you what, it's all happening up there.
Hey,
Dude,
it's all happening over there as well.
I'm hearing the club
No,
might fold.
Yeah.
No, I'm hearing Kevy might be sacked.
Is that what you're hearing? Who'd you hear that off?
Birdies. I tell you what, you know he's close when Gordy's ramping up his defensive rhetoric.
He called Ben Eichen a lackey.
Yeah, I saw that.
Or at least
Yeah,
the
should
general
be a
managers
lacker.
of footballers
Yeah.
of football should be lackeys.
I think he walked it back a little bit.
Tell that to Phil Gould.
in the rest of the.
Well, he said except Phil Gould.
Yeah. But hopefully in the peninsula, you guys have a club next year.
Oh, mate, we're good. We'll be good. Don't you worry about that.
Like just try and keep it together financially. Seriously, because I think it's my fault. Just keep it together, please. The rugby league.
Well, listen, the fact that we're winning as many comps as we are in a town that has 8 teams, whereas you guys can't seem to do shit in a one-team town.
North
you can't
Sydney's
even
not
make the
part of
8.
Sydney. It's north, past it.
Wow.
What do you
it's-
mean?
What are you talking about?
Well, there's Sydney, and that's where all the teams are. You just go across the bridge.
Where's
so
Penrith?
Technically, yeah,
Penrith's in
Penrith.
Sydney,
Penrith's a one
Canterbury,
town team.
Para.
Yep.
Tigers.
2 million people in
Manly.
Penrith. We worked that out, didn't we?
Well, you
There's
worked
not.
on that.
It's 200,000. But anyway,
So just keep together, boys. Hopefully you can.
Penrith is basically 4 Dubbos.
4 Dubbos.
Think about it that way.
Think about it like that.
Payne Haas is pulled out due to family reasons and cleaning the body up. Yeah, I mean, wishing Payne Haas all the best with the family stuff. A lot of key players pulling out, like Kalen Ponga as well.
Was he pulling out? He's concussions and he hasn't played a game for fucking ages. Like, is he pulling out?
I mean, he probably could play if he fully wanted to.
Or do you think that's the Knights going, listen, bro, you're in a lot of money and you're not finishing a heap of games.
Oh,
need
for
you
sure.
right.
But I think like if he put his foot down, he probably could have just been like, fuck, I'm playing.
Yeah, right.
Do you reckon he would have been picked if he said he was playing?
Yeah, for sure in the
100%?
squad. Yeah. He fucking tore you apart in Origin.
He did. He did.
He did.
I have to be honest about that.
No, well, man. Not what you can do.
It wasn't pretty.
It was pretty.
It was definitely pretty.
It
was
just-
fine.
but it wasn't for us.
Well, it wasn't pretty for us.
It was pretty.
Pretty shit. That's what it was.
Yeah.
What's up, guys? Before we get back to the footy chat, make sure to grab a case of Bloke Midi. We're now in every single Liquor Legends. Go to liquorlegends.com.au, put in your postcode. It will show you your nearest stockist. And OG Bloke is in every single Celebrations, Bottle-O, IGA Plus Liquor, and Porter's Liquor in New South Wales and ACT. Plus, it's in every single Celebrations superstore in Queensland. Also, we're in plenty more stores. You go to blokeinabar.com, you put in your postcode, it will show you your nearest Bloke stockist. Now, the NRL Players Dream Team. So this is the Dream Team for the year, voted by the players. Got Tedesco at the back, fullback, Suaalii on the wing, Tupou on the other wing.
How do they vote for this? Do you know?
I think they just fucking
It's like a survey type thing.
survey they send out to the players or something.
Do you reckon they all vote? Bet you they don't.
I think it's a majority of each team votes. That's the criteria I got told a couple of years ago, so I'm assuming it hasn't changed.
So yeah, Dream Team, Tupou on one edge, Joey Manu at centre, Olam.
Look at that for the Roosters, dude. Tedesco, Tupou, Manu, Suaalii. Like, just...
Crazy, eh?
Yeah.
Crazy.
I actually ran into a dear friend Angus Crichton the other day, and
Did
he's
ya?
like, "Mate, we should have won the comp with our team." And now when you're seeing the players like that in there, you're like, "Yeah,
Oh yeah, their
maybe
team's a
you should
joke.
Maybe you should have.
Their
you
team on
should've,
paper
Angus.
is an actual joke.
Maybe you should have."
Um,
You don't win comps on paper, hey?
you don't. Bloody oath you don't.
Hey?
Well said.
Bloody oath. That's great chat from you there, Eddie.
Thanks, mate.
Munster at 6, Hunt at 7, Cam Murray 13. Jeez, he's getting hotter.
Yeah, he is.
Nanai? You think Nana? Apologies, it's pronounced differently. I think.
Oh, is it?
Nanai.
So it's not Nanai.
No, I think it's like Nanai or Nana or something like that. So
Nana.
yeah, Papali'i at the other second row, Fisher Harris at prop, Coruscant at hooker, Tarpane at the other prop. Thoughts on that?
Look,
I mean-
I'd probably put a few more Manly players in there, but
yeah.
you know, besides
Besides that, it's a pretty
besides
nice
some
team.
omissions, it's a nice side. It's a very nice side. I
Isaiah Yo not making it in place of Cam Murray. I'm not against that. I like Cam Murray, but that's maybe a little bit like, ooh, that might piss some people off. Is that how many Penrith people? Is that one Penrith player in there? Two.
Tell you what, Jerome's had a fucking hell of a year. Getting into that side. Tarpane, yep, I like it.
Jerome?
Jerome? I'm like, who's Jerome?
Who's Jerome?
No.
Jeremiah.
Jeremiah. Sorry, mate.
I was like,
Yeah.
who the
I was
fuck
like, I don't want to call you up
talking
on
about?
this, but
Well, I was like,
Sorry, bro.
pretty sure there's no.
I was going to let that go. I was literally going to let that go for you.
But you didn't.
You didn't.
For you. Well, no, actually, you pulled it up and then I backed you up.
Okay, so now he's trying to backtrack on fucking.
No, backtracking.
So where are you now, though?
Well, now I'm pulling up.
You're all at sea.
No. I'm pulling
all
up now.
No, he's already pulled me up.
Yeah, and then I pulled you up too.
No.
You've been pulled up.
So now it works.
You got pulled up.
Yeah, by him.
Yeah, look, I think, it's tough. Because I thought Payne Haas, if you looked at his individual games, probably could have been in there.
You're just trying to keep him in Brisbane, mate. He can see through that. The reason he's taken the World Cup off is because he's going to go on two of the facilities in the peninsula. Stop trying to suck him off, mate.
It sounds like you're sucking him off.
I don't need to. I will
You'll be
be.
in those
Well, I will
facilities
be when
later.
he's on the peninsula.
Yeah.
We've got a lunch date booked in.
We're going to Hugo's.
But But
Get
Fish
the table
Harris
put
is
up.
so good. Fish Harris, Tarpanep, so good. Now, so Matt Lodge and Gallen have gone back and forth. So basically the story is Gallen said he'd have no issue fighting any NRL player in his farewell bout in December. And then apparently Lodge was approached by No Limit. And Lodge said, I've been asked to fight multiple times. I'm sure everyone would love to see nothing more than me get in the ring. After a lot of thinking, I'm willing to give 99% of the people what they want. I'll jump in the ring with the best boxer in rugby league has and give him his grand finale. Whenever he wants, as many rounds as he wants, Bankwest Stadium or Northies, I don't really care, you choose, but I don't box. I'm a footy player, so I'm sure as hell not doing it without a purpose. And I don't want a single dollar for it. So basically, Lodge was going to donate all of his purse and everything to charity for kids in need out west. And then Gallen basically said Lodge should donate the money to the Warriors that are paying him $700K if he wants to make a difference. Basically, Gal was saying like he didn't like that Lodge was using other people's money to donate to good causes. And he's got a lot of money. He should be donating his own money. But I think Lodge was saying is the purse that he would get from that fight for doing it, he will donate it all to charity.
Right.
What do you reckon? Should the boys go at it or what?
I don't see why not.
I bet you Justin Hodges is like, hey, shut up, Matt Lodge. I thought I was going to get this rematch after knocking Gal down. But I mean, yeah, I'd watch the shit out of this fight.
I sort of feel sorry for Hodjo.
Yeah,
because like in the ring after the fight the other night, basically talking about, I think Gallen even offered him a rematch, didn't he? There and then.
No, I think Hodjo said first like I want a rematch, and then Gal was like, if he wants it or whatever.
I tell you what, that was a wild fight, a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was.
When Gallen got dropped, mate, it was on for young and old then. I would watch this fight. I'd also watch Gallen fight Hodges.
I haven't seen Matt Lodge box. Like I wouldn't want to just see like a real sloppy biff.
Hodjo's getting better. You know what I mean?
Hodjo would improve.
I'd watch that again.
You'd watch that again?
Yeah, see,
But
that's
then
a good
again,
point
but
you
you
make
also
about
got
Lodge.
you've got like Gal fighting two guys in a night, which maybe gave Hodges as well a bit more help there. So it does a fresh Gallen just eat a fresh
But Lodge
Hodges?
can't fight.
Well, I don't
he
know if
says
he can.
here, he literally says, I'm not a boxer. So I
Well,
don't
none
think,
of them are boxers. So, like Hodges isn't a boxer either, but like maybe he trains boxing.
Look.
We'd need some more information.
Yeah, we would.
Okay.
I'll watch Gallen fight anyone. It's
Yeah,
the long and the
true.
short of it.
True. Now, have Souths been proven correct in picking Ilias over Reynolds?
I was laughing about this on the weekend.
Were
with
you
someone.
laughing at it?
I was laughing with someone being like, fuck.
Like pissing yourself laughing or just a little giggle?
No, just going. It's
Like a chuckle.
chuckling, being like, there was a
Showing
lot of
engaged.
chatter at the start of the year.
A lot of chit chat?
A lot of chitter chatter going, fuck, could you do with a 7 now, mate? Could you do with a 7 now? And they let it go of Adam Reynolds. Now Ilias is playing pretty well.
Check the tapes. I'd say that some of that chitter chatter was coming from your good self.
Us.
Yeah.
That's why it's funny. Because a lot of it was coming from me. In fact, probably
Originated.
most of it. Probably most of it. Have I been proven incorrect?
I wouldn't say
I
that.
don't think
I'm not prepared to
so.
say that.
Look. At the time, Souths weren't travelling that well,
They also haven't made a grand final yet. They made one with Adam.
and that's right. They won one with Adam.
I saw some comments be like,
Do you know what I mean?
one comment was, he has nothing to do with it. It's Latrell that's doing it all. It's like, the 7 has nothing to do with them making a prelim.
Some people shock you with their stupidity, and you're just like, you're too emotional in your rugby league fandom.
That'd
Like,
make
you
sense
can't-
if he didn't touch the footy.
He's
Ever.
literally the 7. So if there's one person that matters, it's your fucking 7. Have we not been proven that this year? We spoke about it on Monday, but I think they've been 100% been proven correct. I think the best thing about this as well, it's a win-win. For sure, they probably would go further with Adam Reynolds, but Adam Reynolds is not going to be around for another 10 years. And it's a win-win for Reynolds. He's at the Broncos and we love him there and he's going really well. So fucking win-win for everyone. But I think Demetrio and everyone that made that choice deserves a pat on the back.
Nah.
Not an apology.
Not an apology.
But a
And I
pat on
won't
the
be
back.
patting anyone on the back either.
Okay. What, just a nod then? A head nod? Just,
Maybe just a little.
fair enough, mate.
We'll put it this way. Would they have won the comp if Reynolds stayed? Like if they lose this weekend, I'm sort of
You don't pat him on the
technically
back then?
no, because I go, well, mate, if you kept Reynolds, you could have won the comp. You let him go, and you got knocked out in the prelim again.
Oh, fuck. Now, Tyrell Sloan. Sloan is unwilling to wait behind Cody Ramsey, reportedly, and is seeking release. Dave Riccio believes he is frustrated playing under Anthony Griffin. Riccio also said it hasn't been formally requested, but it will be denied. What do you think about the Dragon situation? Sloan.
I mean, I get it, Tyrell. Get the fuck out of that place. I get it. It'd be annoying, dude. He's like highly touted and he's behind Cody Ramsey, who's good. Like Cody Ramsey's been good. But I haven't found like this year, Sloan played some good games early on, then was dropped, and it was like, I didn't think he was
I didn't think he was that bad.
that bad, right?
But when he came back, he was not
He wasn't
good.
great.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, yeah, he'd been fucking out playing, Toyota Cup for. But
He went back in time and played.
yeah, he went back in time, played Toyota Cup, and probably got younger. I don't know how old he
He
is.
literally went back in time,
Yeah.
played Toyota Cup, came back,
Came
and he was
back, and
struggling.
obviously he's not playing as well.
Because you know why? He was playing under the old rules a few years ago.
Didn't, and fucking time travel
That
takes
would've
it out of
thrown
you.
Yeah, if you go back and play the old rules, come back to new one.
Time travel takes it out of you,
It
mate.
does. It'll affect you. Where would he go, do you reckon? Who'd pick him up?
Dolphins. That's what I
Well,
heard.
apparently Dolphins obviously apparently
fish.
are
Fish.
interested.
Tigers
But-
would take him, wouldn't they?
Tigers, Titans. Everyone would take him. Well, especially.
Well,
Bobby
maybe not the
Bates.
Titans.
Yeah, Titans,
probably
they
would.
got enough fucking guns in that position. Yeah, it's an interesting one because it's like if the Dragons want to keep him,
Knights.
then
Knights.
well, you got Gallen at fullback.
Yeah, but he's going
they're
to
doing
6, mate.
everything they can to get him out of there.
He's going to 6, and Joey supports it. So,
Believe the great man.
well, if Joey supports it, then I think that's what'll happen. If they said, righto, Joey, if you believe in him, come up here and coach him year round, then I think it'll happen.
Okay, fair enough. Interesting time that the Dragons. Thoughts on the Fafita to the Dragons rhetoric?
David
Really?
Fafita.
Yeah,
Big David.
big whispers.
Again, like if I'm David, I'm not going anywhere near the Dragons, who don't look like they're close to doing anything. No disrespect to any Dragons fans here. The Dragons don't look like they're close to doing anything of note anytime soon. At least with the Titans, I feel like the Titans' ceiling is higher than the Dragons at this point. They got a lot of young hot throbbers. You're also on the Gold Coast. Wollongong's cool, but it ain't the Gold Coast.
Don't have to move far, though.
What do you mean?
Fafita wouldn't have to go far from the Sharks to Wollongong. Instead of moving the whole family.
Titans Fafita. Isn't that who we're talking about?
Yeah, we're talking about
Oh.
David
Fafita.
Fafita.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Luckily, you hadn't given your thoughts yet. I wish you had.
Yeah, that
No,
would've been good.
I hadn't.
What do
Yeah.
you think? Well, what do you think?
I'd say the Titans.
Or Andrew Fafita.
Because isn't Andrew Fafita done at the Sharks?
Yeah, he's
That's
done at
what I
Sharks.
was like, oh, shit. He's
Yeah.
going for a fucking year at the Drags.
Yeah, no, I think that would be funny because they have they have been buying older players,
Yeah.
the Dragons.
They're looking to buy Gal as well.
He'd do a fucking job, mate.
Fucking oath, Gal do a
No,
job.
he can still do it.
Mate, you see him up close with his shirt off, he's fucking built like a brick shithouse.
Fucking
He can
oath
still
he is.
play. 100%.
Would you go to the Dragons if you were David Fafita?
Well, I guess it all just depends on the struggle.
Wait, how do
Same
you,
amount of money. Would you go?
Well, the tough thing is I'd want to know, what's the plan forward with the Dragons at the moment? I'm looking at it, I'm going, I don't really see... for example, with the Titans, even though they went really poorly this year, everyone can see the plan. There's young half pairing, young-ish side. Whereas you look at the Dragons and I go, okay, well, Benny Hunt's got, 2-3 more years left in him. Got a Moan at 6, but they're not sure about their 1. They just... signed Little, I think, for 9. Is McCulloch going to be around? I'm not sure what the direction is.
Culloch's retired, hasn't he?
Well, there was reports that he may, but he hasn't.
Oh, okay.
So the Dragons. I'm just a little bit unsure of what the direction is, and that's where I guess if you're the Fafita, you're going well.
So if you're David Fafita, you're saying no then?
I mean, if they're paying the same, I'd probably stay at the Titans, even though the Dragons right now have a better side. I'm not sure about the direction.
what sort of money they're talking?
I'd be probably around the 700-800 card, so.
Which wouldn't be far off what he's getting to the Titans anyway, right?
Oh, he's on about 1 million at the
Yeah,
Titans.
but then like his next deal will be.
Yeah, for sure.
When's
for sure.
the next deal start? Next year?
Nah, not this year, but the year after. So he's off contract in 2024.
Okay.
So he could sign as of November 1st this year. But it's really interesting because, look, if I was advising Fafita, I'd be saying to him, mate, like take a massive pay cut and go to one of the big clubs. That's what I'd be saying. He's still, 23 years old, 22 years old. He's got his money. He's been paid a few million over the last couple of years. I'd be ringing up Panthers, because the Panthers just signed Luke Garner. So Luke Garner and Zach Hoskins, so they have an edge position open. So if I'm his manager, I'd be ringing Panthers.
Is Hoskins going to Panthers?
Yeah.
From Broncos?
Yeah.
We met him up at the Biffs.
Oh, yeah?
Good young kid. Eyed him up.
Yeah, eyed him up. What's he working with?
Oh, just a good size, like waiting to fill out into his man body as well. Like still
Well, he's
muscular and
25.
built. Well, no, but he's got some filling, dude. Trust me.
Okay. Oh, okay.
You look at a 25-year-old,
So
and then you look at like a 35-year-old.
So he has an 18-year-old's body, but he's 25.
No, he's got a 25-year-old's body, not a 35-year-old's body. When he hits 30, 35, whoa,
So his prime is when he's 35.
arguably.
Well, we're getting older, Dan, and I don't know if you know that.
Yeah, we're going to live to 120.
I think it was
Someone
even
told me
you
that.
were saying that yesterday. That we're going to live to 120, 130, 140.
Well, that was when Tom was trying to pressure me into having kids.
Yeah,
Well,
so
you said you were going to have him, and I said, cool, do it.
so 35 is
You won't
the
regret it.
25.
I
And then you were like,
said,
"Oh."
my missus wants to have him next year, and I'm trying to negotiate an extra 12 months or so. And then you said you're a bad
Do you have
person.
a manager helping you negotiate?
Then you said you're a bad person if you have kids when you're old. That's what
Not
you
what I said. Not what I said. I said you won't regret having them a little earlier.
No, you said everyone I've spoken to says you got to have them earlier rather
Never
than
said
later.
that. Hyperbole Central over at Kempy Corner.
You didn't say that?
I said that you will never regret having him earlier.
No.
And considering you're fucking old as shit.
You said-
you're not 29, Denon.
You said
You're
everyone
29,
said-
I'd be like, you can wait. But
I-
you're 38, dude.
I recall you
You're gonna be a
saying
60-year-old dad.
everyone says to have them younger rather than older, and I said I feel like it's the opposite. They say
Well, it
travel,
depends
enjoy
on age,
yourself.
though, right? Because obviously we can be vague. You don't want to have a kid at 70, like you, unless you do. But
We're going to live to 120. I told you that yesterday.
I understand that. What I'm saying is, like, you know, if you were to have one next year, as opposed to 2 years later, you will be like, thank God I did it when I did it.
Really? So when I'm 79, I'll be like, fuck, I could have been 70. I could have been 80 with kids
I
rather than
wouldn't
79.
say 79 at that point. Who gives a fuck? But when
No, but
you're
what
like
I'm saying is,
55,
when I'm 55, I'm going to go, fuck, I could have been 56 right now. How fuck's that?
Yeah. That seems unlikely.
nah. Well, listen, you
If
guys,
it was like a 10-year period,
Yeah.
sure, but like you're not going to
Who knows?
squabble over a
you
year.
push the boat out, and then who knows what happens. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes you can't. Sometimes it takes some time to fall pregnant. You know what I mean? It's not just who knows how your swimmers go. I'm not saying they're bad. I'm not saying they're good. I'm saying I don't know.
I feel like you're cursing my swimmers.
Don't
wouldn't.
curse your swimmers.
I'm not
Curse
cursing your
swimmers.
swimmers. I'm praising your swimmers. I'm just
praising
saying
us.
these are things that you need to think
Did
about.
you just say you're praising my sperm?
I'm praising your swimmers. Dude. I am. I want you to know.
I
what
just
it's
feel
like.
a lot of pressure coming from your area of the table to have children.
Dude, you brought it up. I didn't bring it up. I've never once told
Yesterday, you told
you said you were going to have him. You were
and
like,
then you
yeah,
said
we're
I
gonna
need to
kids.
have him earlier. That's
So I
the
didn't bring
pressure
him
part.
up. I didn't bring nothing
But
up.
that's the pressure part.
You didn't say have him earlier. You said you were going to have him next year. Then you said I might try push it out. And I go, don't push it out. Just have him. So
No, you said everyone says to have him earlier rather than later. That's pressure.
hyperbole. Hyperbole, punters and dribblers.
The truth, punters and dribblers, is somewhere in the middle
Yeah. Mainly exactly
between these
what
two
I
dead
said.
shits.
What I said.
Eddie, do you want to have kids when you're younger or older?
Mate, when it happens, it happens. yeah.
Oh, yeah. Real politician.
I'm I'm not that old, but I'm
You're
not that young
37,
either.
aren't you?
You look 37.
I'm 31.
31?
Yep.
Are you really?
So I'm a lot younger than
But he
you.
looks old.
You look older.
Yeah, but I'm not, so
I
that's
know
the
that
point.
you look it.
Yeah, cool. That's fine. But I'm only 31 and you're 38. You know what I mean? I know where I'd rather be.
You reckon?
Yeah, me.
That's not nice.
Jesus
Sorry.
Christ.
That's not nice. You'd rather be
Fucking
you
hell.
than me.
You having a
What's
crack
wrong with my life?
What's wrong with Kempy?
Too old, mate.
You are too old. That's fair.
That hurts, man. Far out. Didn't know my life was that bad.
Dude,
We're
we
just a bit old. That's all it is.
Really not that old.
It's just like an age thing.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's purely an age.
So you're an ageist.
Yeah.
Holy Now, Mitchell Moses, I mean, look.
Do they just...
I
The
don't know
Tigers
what's
just
going
like talk like
Do they just
try
like
to sign
release
everyone, don't
statements?
they? Yeah, they do.
Hey, just saying all the media know we're trying to sign this person.
Yeah.
No one works harder than the Tigers media release guy.
Jeez.
No, he's probably the highest paid person at the club.
Have to be.
So Benji is reportedly keen to sign Mitch Moses, but a few players and officials are against the idea after how he left the club. It's like, how he left the club? They offered him a deal, he didn't take it. Like, what's wrong with that?
Yeah, you mean just the way this shit works?
Yeah.
Like your coach literally fucking found out that he wasn't wanted at your club in a media release, not from your club. Like, how the fuck do you have any right to talk about the way players leave or anyone leaves? You've sacked like 12 coaches. You fucking brought in Tim Sheens to review and help out the current coach, and then he sacked him and took his job. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? The way Mitch Moses left the club. You guys don't have good players. You don't have the luxury of going picking and choosing.
Man, I mean,
How he left the club, that is
hopefully that's
unbelievable.
Porkies. Hopefully that's just all reportedly Porkies, but I don't know. It seems to be coming out all the time.
They are the leakiest club, dude.
They are very, very leaky. Poor old Benj, though. He must have been...
the report's actually like probably a little bit worse than that. It actually says because Moses wasn't a good fit at the club the first time around.
He's taking the Eels from wooden spoon to a fucking prelim. Like, what?
Dude, the Tigers are so... Again, like, who knows what to believe, but like the Tigers leak so much that it's almost, it's true. He's not a good fit.
Like,
Do him and Hastings hate each other?
no, they don't even know.
I wonder who the ideal fit for them is.
Mitchell Moses has taken one of the
Luke
biggest
Brooks.
clubs during...
Well, yeah, right. That's true. That's the fit.
It's bizarre. Bizarre that this would even come... Like, he's not a fit for the club. It's like he's taken one of the biggest clubs with the most pressure. Like, that 7 jersey for Para is, like...
Cursed.
Nearly cursed. He's been able to take this... They are a premiership threat, period, bar none. And...
I wouldn't be giving Tigers officials any say. I'd just be like, listen, look where the club is based on decisions you've made.
Bizarre.
I think you just woo up and let Benj make the decisions. Do you know what I mean? If that doesn't work, fire him and fucking find someone else. And
You happy doing that?
exactly,
Sack everyone.
exactly.
Crazy.
That's madness. Doesn't make any sense.
I do feel sorry for the Tigers though if this is 100% not true and it's just made up. But it's a pretty specific fucking.
There's always
article.
truth in whispers.
I love that whispers are the loudest things you actually hear in rugby league.
They're not really whispers,
They're
are
not
they?
whispers, are they?
They're not whispers at all.
the-
Transfer screams.
Well, the thing transfer screams should be a new thing. Eh?
Yeah, transfer screams.
But the thing, it's the specific nature of it that is like, most journos aren't just going to make up that someone at the club said they weren't a fan of him. Most journos probably has had a chat to someone at the club and they've said, no, we don't, we're not a fan of Mitchell,
That's exactly what's happening.
It's bizarre. It's bizarre that this would all, and you wonder, is this someone like, is Benji wanting him to come to the club and then this is someone's way of annexing it, like by saying to the media, no, we don't, I don't get it. Anyway, hopefully.
Do you think Mitch would want to go back to the West?
No, of course he wouldn't.
I
Like
don't
the
think
fact
so.
that they're interested means very little, but the fact that someone's come out and be like, we actually don't like him, it's like, well, you weren't getting him anyway. So
It's just, I don't know. It's strange.
Is that their way of dealing with rejection? Being like, oh, he won't come, so let's pretend like we didn't want him.
probably. I didn't like her anyway. It's that thing of like when you ask a girl out.
Yeah,
and they
yeah.
reject
And you
you.
get rejected. Well, fucking.
No, I actually never asked her. I didn't want to
Well,
go
I asked you
there
as a
anyway.
joke.
Yeah, I didn't even want to go there.
No, you
It's
didn't,
fine.
bruh.
No, dude.
No joking.
I hate those dudes. It's like,
Yeah.
they get rejected and they insult the chick and you're like, bro, 5 seconds ago you were willing to fucking marry this chick.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden she's
You
this or
got
that.
Narbrad from hell. You can't cop it.
Hate
Swallow your Nabra.
Swallow the
Move
Nabra.
on.
I reckon the Tigers are consider someone like Brodie Croft, man of steel. 2 man of steels in the halves. It's a steel halves pairing.
I've honestly,
They'd have to plunge to premiership favouritism.
Have you
wouldn't
ever
they? Off the
had?
back of-
Have there ever been 2 steals in a halves? I don't know if there has, dude.
I feel sorry for the Tigers. Everyone involved. It's just,
Have 2 steals.
But you don't think that 2 steals will get?
bruh,
Sing won't
It's
shut
been
the
messaging the whole
it's
show.
literally like the 10th
It
time.
won't. It just won't go off.
Put it in your pocket.
I've got 2 very sick children at home. I have to if I need to.
Okay,
fucking-
fair enough. Apologies. I didn't know that. I'm being serious. So I didn't.
No, I know. They are sick. That's not why I forgot the T-shirt. That was a lie.
Yeah.
But the truth of the matter
So
is
you're the man who cried wolf. Okay. Look, as I said, I feel sorry for the Tigers. Everyone involved, people are trying to make the right choices, but it just does not seem to be working. Hopefully, look, I will say, Papali'i, Api Coruscant there. I don't know who they're going to stick with, whether it's Dewey, Brooks, or whatever. Like, I think there's hope there for the Tigers. I honestly do.
What sort of hope? Like hope of avoiding the spoon?
Well, you got to start somewhere. Gronk, you know?
That's all the hope, though. That is a great
Coruscant's hope.
Coruscant literally
Their
changed the trajectory of the Panthers.
Their hope, for
Papali'i,
sure.
though, I mean, they're just hoping he'll fucking actually show up.
Which is hope.
That's, well,
It's a form of hope.
It's a form of hope.
You know, like you go to a date or whatever and you're like, oh man, I hope she turns up. Do you reckon like the Tigers admin will be sitting out the front day one preseason going,
Yes, I do.
I hope
Yes.
Papali'i
They'll be
turns up.
staring through the glass, you know,
Yeah.
like a
Ooh, it's
dog
been
waiting
10
for
months.
its owner to come
Ooh,
home.
It's been 10 minutes.
Yeah, or that Pablo Escobar meme where they're just standing there waiting and all
in the pool.
Yeah.
Could you imagine on Papali'i's first day, he rings up, I'm just a bit sick, I'm not going to make it today.
Oh, I've got an upset stomach. I can't make it. You hear Brad Arthur in the background. It's like, shut up.
I feel sorry for the Tigers in that sense. Like, they gave him a good big deal when Para couldn't afford him. I feel, like, again, I keep saying it, but they're trying to do the right things. They got Appy and Papali'i. That's good decisions. Got to give them some love for that.
I do. I give him some love for that.
Yeah.
For sure.
Not much.
Not much, though. Not much.
Oh, I'm trying, Tigers fans. I'm trying. One day we'll get them around.
Well, like, I
Well,
mean,
we're
you
realists.
want them to be
Mate,
sucked off for doing their job. You're signing players. Well done, Tigers.
Mate, we were with Tigers fans on the weekend, actually, and they were saying to me personally that they really liked the fact that I was trying to get West Tigers moved out to Campbelltown, fuck off the Balmain element, and just set them up there permanently. They were loving that rhetoric.
Yeah, I like that rhetoric too.
Because they were like, mate, 90% of the fans are from out here, not from in there.
Yeah.
And I go, fucking oath, bro.
Yeah, bro.
I'll keep pushing for you.
Okay.
I reckon until that happens, you're destined for more spoons.
Ooh.
Sorry.
It's interesting. It's their first ever spoon this year.
Well, yeah. Since
As
they
a-
became a dirty merger.
As a JV.
Joint venture.
Crazy, huh?
That is crazy.
Fuck,
It's only-
it
what
would
is
be
it?
so weird when like getting a spoon, wouldn't it? I don't know what it'd feel like.
Well, I have no idea what it'd feel like. None. Literally none.
What's it feel like?
Because that's what's kind of fucked, right? Is that you and the Tigers are like basically a year different. You're basically the same team.
Yeah, I think the people that haven't won a spoon is you, Warriors, Eels maybe.
Eels have definitely won spoons.
Have they? There's only 4 clubs and they're not all big powerhouses. So maybe it's something you need to win to fucking move forward, galvanise the team.
Well,
Because it's not
that's
galvanised
a
right
loser's
now.
mentality.
It's galvanised not right now. It's fucking.
It's
It's a big
it's mate.
split down the whole club.
Bruh, you'd be careful to talk about other clubs with all that's going on at the
Yeah,
Broncos.
but at
right
least we're going to survive. I don't know.
now. I
Honestly,
don't know if you will, dude. I don't know if you will. Just as it started to look good, everything starts falling apart.
It's Manly, Warriors, Dragons.
Yeah, that's
Dragons don't count.
But
Dragons don't
that's interesting because it's like you would think that it would be the Storm. Storm's
won
probably the
one.
only one.
When did the
was like-
Warriors come to the comp?
95.
When did the Dragons merge?
2000, 99.
Right, we joined the club in 1947. So
But
we're
didn't
just
you merge with Northern Eagles? Okay.
No. The answer is
Sure
no.
did. Yeah. Okay. I think he's did.
I don't know. I think so.
No. We left the comp for a couple of years, but
Yeah.
that was it. Then we came back.
We had to go get something. We left the comp for a couple of years.
You left your keys at home.
Yeah.
We forgot our keys. We had to go get them.
Couldn't get into the ground.
No. Seriously. We couldn't get in the ground at Brookie. Had to get a new key cut and she was a fucking nightmare.
Absolute nightmare.
Well, they were like out for like 2 years.
2
and
3 years.
2 or 3
I remember. Then we came back and still haven't won a spoon.
Like the Bunnies, they left and came back. They've won spoons.
Yeah. Okay.
Heaps
So
of them.
That's the difference.
it's a merger club.
Anyway.
Now, preliminary finals preview: Cowboys versus Eels, Friday 7:50 p.m. Townsville. Cowboys won a 17. Eels Opchek named despite hammy injury. Cartwright on the bench for Makatoa.
Hammy injury. Great.
Round 8, Cowboys beat the Eels 35-4. What is your prediction for this game, Edward?
I think, Denon. I think that I can see, and I've been seeing all week, a course stadium, right? Homebush, grand final day. Heaps of people with blue and yellow face paint on, crying.
Crying.
Like devastated because they've lost. So they must win this game.
You know what? Cowboys and Eels both have blue and yellow, sort of. So I'm still confused.
Are you going light
Nah, it's like a blues blue, not a navy blue.
Okay, a light blue.
Yeah.
Because navy blue's still a blue, just so you know.
blue? It's not a blues blue though.
It's not a blues blue.
Depends who,
It's not a
depends who you're talking
bloke.
to.
You
not
wouldn't.
blues blue.
If I showed you navy, I go, what colour is that? Everyone would say navy.
Maybe.
Disagree.
No one would say blue.
You say dark blue, light blue.
The only person that would say blue is someone that can't smell, probably. Now,
That hurt.
the
You've
Eels.
been on their front foot today, Eddie. Very spiteful.
Yeah, no, he is. Because I stole his marathon thunder.
Oh, that because you shocked the world and you didn't.
Yeah.
It's okay. I support my friend. 24-6. Mitch Moses, man of the match.
Okay. Thomas.
I've got Mozart playing in my head right now.
I was listening to Mozart last night.
Well, there you go. This is fucking, that's good. I'm tapped in.
What's the difference between a classic song and classical?
I think the period that it was created. Classics like
You
fucking Summer of 69 was
Yeah, but you can
classic.
make classical now. It's a type of music.
It's not a bad point you make. You're distracting me, and I hope it doesn't affect my.
Classical and classic are different words.
Yeah, oh, for sure. But it's interesting how, not all
in my head. I
classicals,
can't think of what I'm.
not all classical music are classics. But
Eels
they
gonna
are.
win,
Classic. Is classic?
dude. I can't hit the realms I'm trying to get into. I can't get in.
Is classic and
can't
classical
get
just
in.
an AL at the end? Is that the only difference?
I think so, but they're in the same family.
Oh no,
They're related.
Yeah, so
They're
like,
cousins.
I can't think of
not
anyone.
all classical music is classic music.
I can't think of it.
It's funny how words are cousins.
Fuck.
Don't you reckon? Like friend and friendship.
Yeah. You know a word that, like, honestly, I was like 25 when I realised what it meant. Not what it meant, but you know when you actually think about, what is that sort of
Dylan Brown.
breakfast?
Dylan Brown's gonna play well. Is he gonna win man of the match? I don't know.
You're just copying my last week's fucking...
Dylan Brown. No. Dylan Brown man of the match.
Copied my last week's thing.
What was your score?
I haven't thought of that yet. I barely knew what I was doing. I just kept saying Mozart, which could be Mozart, but I'm staying with Dylan Brown. And Eels are going to win 30-14.
30-14.
Dude, I think they pump them. I think Cowboys are done. My eyes are watering. That took a lot out of me. Oh.
All right, I'm going. I'm going Eels to get the win. 20-16. Gutho man of the match. Boom. Boom.
20-16.
20-16. Gutho man of the match.
No one's backing Cows.
Look, I just think the Eels, it's their time.
I want the Cowboys to win. I just want everyone to know that. I want the Cowboys to win. I don't know if I've said this before on this show, but I hate the Eels.
If the Cowboys make the grand final when
All time.
all the good judges, including myself, had them winning the spoon this year, then it'd be all time, all right.
It'd be fucking all time. It'd be incredible. I
Imagine if
honestly,
they won the comp.
I don't care who, between Eels
Imagine
and
if
Cowboys.
Vinny got another one. Fucking hell.
Chatty Towns.
Imagine with the strongest hairline in the game.
Yeah.
Vinny Chase, dude.
Fuck. Like, and that's a premiership hairline too. Fucking strong as anything. It's almost creeping forward.
No, it is advancing.
He's the only man ever to have an advancing hairline.
Yeah.
He could, by the time the Reaper gets him, it might be down here.
Yeah, we'd just be a full. You know, you see in the Guinness World Records, like those sisters that are just hairy face.
Oh, like the werewolf guys.
yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah. That's what he'll be.
He's going to do that. He is a werewolf guy. He actually shaves it each day.
Shaves his
up
face.
to there.
Or Veet Mooses. I'm not sure. It's probably Veet Mooses. Probably
No, I don't know about the beat miss around the
Well,
eyes.
it gets very prickly.
Around the eyes? you
Well,
reckon?
no, he puts like some plastic
Goggles.
over the eyes. Goggles.
He does it in goggles.
Yeah.
He dips his face in
Does he?
tub and he has goggles on.
Yeah.
Beat bath. Interesting.
Now, Panthers, Rabbitohs. Panthers, Staines on the wing, suspended May. To'o might switch wings. AJ named for Rabbitohs. Arrow named. Cartwright on the bench for his first game since round 20. Round 4, Panthers beat Rabbitohs 26-12. Round 23, Panthers beat Rabbitohs 26-22.
I fucking didn't realize how close the grand final was with these two. We were trying it today. I was like,
Tom and I completely forgot.
I didn't realize they only won by 2 points.
Yeah, intercept.
I
and then
thought they
came back.
smashed them.
No.
I was so
thought
off the grid with this thing. I was like, they just smashed the shit out of them.
I've had 8 points in my head for the last year,
I thought it was like a 14-point victory
and I forgot that Reynolds had a kick to fucking
to
send
take
it
the golden point. I'm like, why is my memory not
edge?
more jacked for that game? And I don't know where I watched it.
I have no idea where I watched it. Must have been intoxicated. Anyway,
Well, there's a good chance of that.
well,
Responsibly. So I think the Panthers win. I want South to win, but I think the Panthers win, and I think that it's close. I think it's inside of 8 points-ish. I think it's 22-16 to Penrith, and I think that Nathan Cleary.
It could be chin versus hairline, which is fucking two strong points of the face.
Exactly right. It's a great point, but I think a chin.
You think a chin outdoes a hairline?
Well, I think this chin outdoes that hairline.
That will be the rhetoric going. If Cowboys and Panthers make it, the headline will be chin versus hairline.
that it will be.
Like a rock, paper, scissors, but it's like chin beats hair.
He's literally
Can
chinning.
hair beat chin?
No.
And he's-
Well, we'll find out.
And there's a Photoshop of him chinning his hairline.
Like, that's the way he gets his hair cut. He's something.
Yeah. It's one of the great contests all time.
22-16 Cleary.
I think it's. Do I get bonus points if this comes off?
Why?
What I'm about to say.
Why?
20 all at full time.
Okay, yeah, you get bonus. Yeah, okay.
20 all at full time. Panthers win 21-20.
But it's not golden point, though, because it's a finals game. So it's like they play for 10, and then they go to golden point.
Interesting.
You've already said it, though. So
I've already said it. I've got to
Okay.
go with what I feel.
Okay.
21-20.
Sweet.
Coruscant man of the match.
Okay. Sorry, Matty. I think it's 13 plus Panthers.
Oh, you reckon they hump?
I think they're about to explode, ready to hump.
Okay.
They're gonna
blue
coat.
ball. I reckon Ivan Cleary's blue balled the whole 17 squad, maybe even the 20-man squad, maybe even the coaching staff. They're going to get out on that field. Their pants are literally going to explode off their bodies.
So what happens then if they make the grand final with empty sacks? Is that going to be a problem?
I think they can back up. I think they're more than one round kind of operators.
Well, they'd have seven sleeps to fill up the sack again.
True.
So I am going to go 26-10. Panthers win. And I am going to go Edwards man of the match.
Dilly Bags.
The Ghost.
I know he's
Love
not
that.
Dilly Bags, the Ghost.
Yeah, that's wrong. That's wrong.
It's all right, though. If you called Dylan, you called Dilly Bags now for me.
That's one of the great Instagram names that doesn't get enough appreciation.
Yeah, it's
Dill
great.
Bags.
It's great.
Yeah, it's good. Still work.
It's great store work.
Still work.
His store work this year has been fucking phenomenal. Matty, what's your prediction score against Panthers?
I've actually thought this for a while. If we come up against Penrith in the final, I've actually thought this before the season. If we win, and I'm going to say 18-14, I'm going to say Cody Walker man of the match, and just like Eddie's bonus points, I'm going to say Cody Walker's going to seal the game with a risky right to left. So he's going to right the wrongs of his intercept last grand final.
That's so much narrative. That's so much narrative.
Yeah, it's dripping.
That's dripping in narrative.
That's a Rabbitohs fan.
yeah. Too much narrative.
dripping.
I think you got lost in the narrative
We're
there.
slipping off his seat. There's so much narrative.
Yeah.
There's too much yarn in that bet.
It's all right. You guys said the same thing about the Roosters, and that happened, so.
Ooh.
Shots fired.
Shots fired
shit.
from Matty. Shots fired.
Okay.
Let's return serve, eh?
Listen, I feel like it might be another prelim situation.
Yeah. You guys do love a prelim loss.
Yeah, we've been in 8 in the last 10 years.
Yeah, we knocked you out in one.
Fucking
Felt
oath
good.
we did.
Maybe
2013.
Nah, it's 1-1.
2013 we did before we were robbed.
All right. That's us done and dusted, guys. Hello Sport times Bloke shirts next Monday, 6 p.m. Greatest shirts all time.
Make sure you're wearing them.
Make sure you're wearing them. Make sure you respect the community by wearing it. Respect the community.
You need to respect the community. Respecting the community.
Respect the community.
And the way that you respect the community is by wearing the shirt.
Yeah, by letting everyone know that you're a part of the community. Respect it.
It's also the greatest shirt of all time.
Yep.
That too.
It's also bespoke.
Bespoke.
It's also about respect
It's always about respect.
to the community.
Bespoke respect.
Bespoke you. Yeah, that's right.
That is us done and doosted. I'll go and fuck myself.
Bye-bye.